welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Savannah and I do all things Disney content related. As you can see, we are in a hotel room. Which hotel room? We are in All Star Music. We are in the Jazz Building. I just finished recording my vlog for the day, which was a chaotic mess. So please go back and watch that video because that one will be posted before that. But I wanted to do a fun little sleepover type video where I de-stress, so you can kind of see what I do to take off the day, kind of rewind a bit and prepare for day 2. Hopefully it goes a lot better today, but I'm going to vent a little bit as well because I have no one to vent to. It was a rough day. It was a magical day, but it was a rough day. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start getting ready for my night, but I'll just be chatting along with you guys. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, that would make my day so much better. And if you could please also hit the subscribe button down below, and then that way you get notifications every time I post a new video. And hopefully we're gonna be doing a lot more resort tours, a lot more Disney vacations, possibly booking a cruise soon. So all of that will be coming up later and you don't wanna miss it. So let's get started getting ready for my night. Okay, this is not gonna be an aesthetically pleasing video. Look at my cord. My charging cord is very long because my other one broke, so I'm stuck with this one for my park bag. We have my battery pack, charger, doing its job. I went to the vending machine and got a water and a Powerade because I'm very dehydrated and I just didn't get a chance to fill up my water bottle, and I really wanted to leave Hollywood Studios before the massive crowd of Fantasmic left. So we're back in the hotel room at 10:35 p.m. and we're gonna get ready for our day tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I've never been so thirsty in my life. Holy buckets. Also changing the channel to nothing other than Disney Mickey Mouse cartoons because I need a good laugh. Now I need to find the channel, and I feel like it's on channel 30 something. Yes, I found it. I don't know why, but these cartoons just make my day so much better at the end of the day. So I just like to have them playing, A, when I'm getting ready, and B, when I go to bed. I have to have the TV on. I'm really weird about that. I don't like waking up in the middle of the night, having it be pitch black and then dead silent. It creeps me out. I feel like there's ghosts. I don't know. I don't like it. So I just like to have this playing just to feel like someone else is there with me. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so I'm so nasty and I feel disgusting. I don't even really know where to start to get ready to end my night. I feel like I smell terrible. So we're gonna start with taking off my face because I'm not sleeping in this disgusting face filled with makeup and sweat. Where do I start my night? Gosh. I'm not one to complain, but sometimes you just need to vent to feel sane, and get it out, because otherwise it bottles up and then you feel like poop. So this is my venting session. Welcome to my nighttime chat. Let me start with the fact that I couldn't get into my room until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I understand they're busy. I didn't say anything to anybody. I'm not trying to be mean. I didn't go to the cast members and say anything. I just kind of like expected the room to be done at 3, I think. So it was just a little like off-putting when it wasn't ready and I had stuff to do. I wanted to come back to the room with a cold jug of water in the fridge, and then I got some like other drinks to help me be hydrated. And I couldn't put any of that in here, so it sat in my car in the heat and it got hot. So some of my snacks are ruined and melted. I don't know what I really expected for them to sit in the car. So that's one thing. It's not a huge deal. It's just one of those things that like you come back to the room late at night and you just want to drink some ice cold water, take a shower, and go to bed, right? Okay, well, I had to bring my bags in here, and it's just not fun to do at 10 o'clock at night. It's just a little more convenient to do it in the afternoon. Okay, so now let me get to the parks here. Very, very, very busy. I remember coming last November and they were not this busy. Honestly, like, it is a night and day difference on how many people were in the parks during this. Like, last year at this time, it was dead. Apparently, it's Jersey week. I think that's the correct term for it. I've heard a couple people talk about it. But it's people from New Jersey that have off of school. And Disney just had a race, like, I think it was last week or the week prior. So I thought with that and the Jersey week going on, I thought that would be done by the time I got here. And it's definitely not. My whole ride home was a bus filled with people from Jersey. And they were so kind to kick me the entire way home from Hollywood Studios. So I got kicked in the shin and I got kicked in the calf because I was one of those really lucky people that got to stand on the bus. I don't mind standing on the bus, but please do not kick me. I think one of them was maybe a little intoxicated. So that kind of grinded my gears that they were adults and they were being super loud on the bus. And I think at that point of the day, everyone just has a headache. They're tired and they would like some peace and quiet on the bus. And it was just not a quiet bus and it was not an enjoyable time getting kicked in the legs. Going to Epcot was great. It was really, really busy, but I mean, you just can't really help that. So my ride on Guardians was 10 out of 10. As always, amazing. It's my favorite ride. And the people behind me had never been on it before. So it was a brand new experience for them. So that was super fun to experience with a family that had never been on it. And they had a blast. So really glad that that went well. I got a Skyliner to myself. So I was like super happy, like chilling in Epcot. I didn't really do much. I did get a Moonshine Sour, obviously. And then hopped on the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios, and that is where the trouble began. Rushed on to Mickey and Minnie's. I got on it. Perfect. Night was going great. I did Muppet Vision because I had time to. And I thought after I got off of Muppet Vision 3D that I could just hop on over to Rise of Resistance to use my lightning lane. And I get over there and it breaks down as we're about to go on the ship before you get captured. So I get all the way to that spot, and then I felt really bad for the families that waited. I think it was like a 120-minute wait for standby. So that's really frustrating. If you're waiting in the standby line and then you get to that point, they gave everyone like a a la carte lightning lane, which also worked for Rise of Resistance. It just worked for every ride except for Tower of Terror. So you could go choose whatever you wanted to do. I really wanted to do Rise today, so I forced myself to go over to Phantasmic and do the 8 o'clock show versus the 9:30, thinking in my head that would get me back here a little bit sooner. I'm gonna hop in the shower so I can like decompress a little bit, and then I will talk about Phantasmic and the joy that that was to watch. All right, that shower felt amazing. I am so sad they're getting rid of the H2O products because that is usually the favorite part of my day, coming back to the hotel and using the H2O products so I feel nice and clean, and like it's like a little mini spa in the shower. When I get done, I feel like a whole new woman. Love it. I got this oil for my face, which I can't tell if I like or not. This is like my third day using it. And I got a new instrument for my face, which I'm hoping will help chisel out my face. I don't really know how to describe it. I've been told I have like a very round like face, and it makes me look like I'm like 18 years old, and I don't want to look like an 18-year-old. I want to look like I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm 29, so I'm almost 30, but I want to look like a woman. So I got this jade, like, I don't even know what to call it. I typed in like face sculptor on Amazon, and this is what popped up as like a #1 result. It's like made out of jade. I usually put it in the freezer, and I'll use it at morning and night. And I just kind of like, I don't even know if this is the right way to do it. I put the oil on my face, and then I just kind of like chisel out my face a bit, which feels nice. At the end of the day, like, I really like putting it in the freezer so it's cold. I obviously was not able to do that today, so we have a warm one, but it's supposed to like, I don't even know if this is a real thing, but it's supposed to take out like the lymphatic stuff out of your face, like depuff it. So like, especially in the mornings, like when you first wake up and you feel kind of puffy. Again, I don't know if this actually works or not, but I've seen a lot of stuff on Amazon and TikTok about it, so I figured why not give it a try. It doesn't hurt to try. It was only like $15. If I get a nice chiseled sculpted face out of it, then I wouldn't complain, but we'll see. Now on to Phantasmic. Okay, so I was so excited to see this show because it has not been back since the closure, and I have not seen it since 2013, I determined. And I knew they had made all these changes to the show, so I was super excited to see all of that. And because I had that weird debacle with Rise of Resistance breaking down, I had the option to go over there and to try and get in line. And because of how I've seen the line get since it opened, my expectations were not very high as to like, you know, I thought I was like gonna get turned away because like it was full. And I actually walked right in. And if you've ever been to Phantasmic before, you know how large the seating is. And the further and further I kept getting down the row, I soon realized that I was not getting a good seat, and I ended up being in those bleachers like up above the normal bleachers. So it was like up above a little bit more, but you weren't raised up enough to like see down into the water. So I cried. Like, I still bawled like a big old baby because the show is near and dear to my heart. It's just one of those things that I attached myself to Disney like with the show. Like, this was the show that got me hooked, I think, in the long run. It literally has everything you could ever want out of a Disney show. It's perfect, it's beautiful, it has the classics in there. It had villains, like, it was amazing, and you got to sit down. So versus all the fireworks shows where you have to stand on your feet at the end of a very long day, it's nice to sit in bleachers. Now, with that being said, the show is amazing. I didn't want to record too much and put it on my YouTube, but if you want to go back to my previous video of my vlog, you can definitely go ahead and check that out. I put some clips in there of that with the new characters, and oh my gosh, just like Moana and Elsa and just Mulan. They had Aladdin in there. Like, come on. It was one of like my favorite shows I have ever seen at Disney. However, you always have those people that just know how to grind your gears without knowing it. So I was probably like in the second row, I want to say, in that like top area, and there were many people that didn't know how to sit down. So they kept getting in the way, like in front of us, that were in like the normal bleachers. So it was already hard for all of us to see back there. But yeah, have people stand up on top of that, that was like even worse. So I saw hardly any characters. I had to zoom in really hard to see anything. Like when Mickey came out, like people stood up and had their phones up here. Do not do this. Do not do this. Let's normalize putting the phone here if you're going to record, or like here in front of your face, or you know, down here maybe. That would be good too. You still see the show, you're just not blocking everyone behind you. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, that irked me, and then it irked everyone around me as well because no one could see anything. And then everyone left before the ending. Like, they kept getting up to leave, and I get it, like you're trying to beat the crowd, but let the people watch the darn show. I didn't get to finish really watching it because I had a massive crowd of people walking in front of me to get out. So that whole ending where the boat comes out and the characters are all on it, I barely saw it. I know it's there, but I got a very like quick glimpse of it, and very lucky to get that on video. But yeah, everyone was standing up in front of us, and add on top of that, everyone stunk, and you're like face to face with people, and you've got your face in somebody's armpit, and somebody farted in front of me. Like, yeah, I mean, we're really close and personal in Disney, but like, deodorant is a thing, and so is just being polite and not farting in front of the person in front of you. I know Nick would probably do it too, and I would definitely yell at him for that, and it's the end of the day, and everyone just stinks, like BO, and sweat, and it's gross. So I was trying to rush out of there to get back over to Star Wars to get on Rise of Resistance because I had to use up that a la carte lightning lane. and I had 20 minutes to use it. So I ran over there and got in line. I believe it was 10 minutes prior to park close. So I get on the ride. I get to the spot that I was at last time it broke down. And it broke down a second time, I kid you not. The same spot right before you get on the ship, before you get captured. Same exact spot. And we probably sat there for a good 15 minutes. And the cast members are frantically trying to figure out what's going on. They're on the phone. They're trying to talk to all the guests because people were crabby. And some people told me that it was their third time getting a lightning lane for that ride today. Like, they had the lightning lane and then it broke down, and then they went to go ride it again with the lightning lane and it broke down again. So then this was their third time and it almost broke down, and they were like, "You've got to be kidding me, like this is just not a good sign for us on this trip for this ride." And luckily they did get us on the ride. For some reason, it was very slow paced. Like, you know how they rush you out of the area, like where all the stormtroopers are when you first get off the ship, and you see this beautiful view of like the TIE fighters. That is one of my favorite areas to walk through in Disney. And for some reason, it was just like really backed up, and we literally sat there for I think another 10 to 15 minutes, which I'm not going to complain about because I've always wanted to stay in that area longer, but they always push you out of it. So we sat there for a really long time and then ended up finally getting through that section and then onto like the actual ride. And then it was just really slow, like getting through that. But once we were on it, it worked perfect. Sorry for moving around, but I really don't want to be up super late because I'm tired. So I'm trying to like multitask and talk and chat and pack at the same time. I like to get all my stuff together for the next day so that it's just there and ready to go. Okay, I'm finally getting to a point where I can go to bed soon. So thank the Lord. Honestly, I have a lot of things to be grateful for on this trip. Like, I am grateful I am staying on property. I don't care if it's value or not. I think staying on property has way more value in it than staying off property. I mean, it's just easier to check in. Like, even tonight, I didn't have to go to the front desk. I literally just had my magic band and scanned into the room that they gave me, that I had access to on my app. You can also open your hotel room with your phone as well. Like, in all honesty, I mean, I had a great day. Like, I mean, how many people get to say they went to Disney World for the day? So I had so much fun. It's just those little things sometimes can like put a damper on your day. And as grateful as you are for being here, sometimes that takes a toll, and we all have our moments like that. So just don't let it affect the other guests or any cast members, especially. That is another point I wanted to bring up. As I'm walking out of the park, it breaks my heart to see one of the cast members that was on Rise of Resistance, and I don't know if she got moved to a different area, but she was basically standing like on the edge of Galaxy's Edge as you're going towards like Muppet Vision, and she's sitting there crying, and I like didn't really know what to say because there's another cast member consoling her. I don't know if a guest said something to her that like really set her off, but we don't need to do that to cast members. I don't care how bad your day was. You don't do that to them. They have no control over anything. They're literally there just doing their job. And I don't know, like that makes me so sad and mad at the same time. So let's just not do that. Let's be good people. On the flip side of that, though, I had a really great cast member. Like, I haven't had an interaction like this in a really long time. But on Tower of Terror, I was like in the room where they have the TV and the lights go out. And it was, I don't know why, but it was just me and like 2 other families. It was super small group. And I'm standing, you know, in the corner. I recorded a little tidbit of the pre-show. And all of a sudden, when it says the Twilight Zone, the guy behind me says the Twilight Zone right in my ear. And he just had this blank face on with his whole like Hollywood Tower Hotel getup. And it was so good. And it gave me a chill and it made me jump a little. So I thanked him for that. I should have grabbed his name so I could give a cast compliment, but that was perfect. It literally made my whole start of my day just amazing. And that is the magic of Disney. They literally go above and beyond for you to have the best experience possible, to put you in the story, and to make you feel like you're a character. All right. I wanted to come back and eat this other dessert, but it's a tad melted. So let me show you what I got. This sad excuse of a cupcake is the rock and roll cupcake. I forget the specific name of it, but I got this from the quick service here at All Star Music. It's supposed to have this little chocolate guitar on it, and then it looked really yummy when I first got it, but I guess we'll just taste test to see if it's still good. Okay, so we're gonna try and eat this cupcake together. I don't know. I'm like actually kind of nervous to open it because it just seems like it's gonna be a big old mess. I don't even know where to start. And I don't have silverware. Okay. Okay, maybe we'll start with the icing. Okay, the chocolate guitar is in here. Okay. Okay. Wow. Whatever kind of frosting this is, it's very good. All by itself. It's like not the kind of like really, really strong tasting frosting. Okay, this is probably the messiest dessert I've ever eaten, and it should not have been this way. However, this is probably one of the best cupcakes I've had on Disney property. Finally in bed. Everything is done. Everything is pretty much organized and put away for tomorrow. And I feel relaxed. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I can go for a whole nother day tomorrow. We have Epcot, and I think I'm gonna bop over to Magic Kingdom for just a little bit to take some pictures maybe with the holiday stuff, and then my last stop will be Animal Kingdom because I really haven't been there in a long time and I really want to go on Flight of Passage again. So I'm going to try and do that. But I will be up bright and early tomorrow to get a boarding group and hopefully another lightning lane for Cosmic Rewind. And we'll see if we can get one for Flight of Passage as well. We'll see. So with that being said, thank you so much for kind of spending time with me in my room. We are hopefully gonna make it for rope drop tomorrow at Epcot, but we will see. I usually say like, listen to your body, and if your body's telling you no, you need some extra rest, then take that extra rest. You will thank yourself later for that during the day. So with that being said, again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our little chat here today, go ahead and give us a big thumbs up. That would make my day so much better. If you could also hit the subscribe button down below, you'll get notifications for anything that I post in the future, which again is all Disney content. So if you love Disney, then you'll love my channel as well. I thought this little chat was fun. I know it's weird to like talk into the camera and you're talking to yourself, but at the same time, I felt like I'm talking to friends and kind of venting about my day, even though it was still a really great day. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I had a terrible day, because I definitely didn't. But just like little things like that, you know, you need to just let it out. So I appreciate you listening to my little TED Talk. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to do more sleepovers in the hotels. I think it would be fun to do like a different hotel and then just have like a low-key night where we chill in the room, and have like a little spa night or something. I don't know. Let me know down below if you would like to see more videos like that. But with all of that, I'm gonna go ahead, watch my Mickey cartoons, and go to bed so we can have a full day tomorrow. And we'll be on our way to Epcot, and then a few little extra surprises throughout the day. Thank you, and have a magical rest of your day, again from beautiful Walt Disney World.